expecting another sold-out crowd here at Castle Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia, as there's a mad dash for the Hokie faithful to catch this showdown between the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, who are on a 22-game winning streak, and the Hokies, who are on a 12-game winning streak and hoping to get back to the Sweet 16 for the second time in program history. Let's take a look at the Seattle 3 region for Toledo with the upset win over Iowa State. They'll see Tennessee. Deja Kelly sends her team to the next round to see Ohio State, and Baylor came back from down 18. Their next contest will be against UConn. Well, we talked about what's at stake, the Sweet 16. Who's going to be able to get it? Maya Sellen, as she's in the circle against Elizabeth Kitley. Maya Sellen was on this team in 2019 when they made it to their Sweet 16. She said, I want another taste of it. This is a team coming off of an NIT championship win. They said, we want more. Georgia Amor right out of the gate with the triple. The program's #1 3-point shooter.
Yeah, we didn't see a whole lot of that screen on the ball the other night. They were saving it for tonight. Georgia Amor great at reading those.
Georgia Amor now has 100 threes as a nice move underneath. And Nelson on the board first for the Jackrabbits. Now here's tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. Looking at the starting five for the Hokies, 4 of the 5 are 1,000-point scorers. Kitley from up top, no good. Maya Sellen, who is just a one-woman wrecking crew, gets the rebound but gets denied by Taylor Soule. And here's your starting lineup brought to you by Capital One for the Jackrabbits. We talked about Peyton Burkhardt, who is the Division I leader in games played. She was also on that 2019 Sweet 16 roster. As Taylor Soule sprints, had nothing at the rim. You have to credit what the Jackrabbits have been able to do so far in transition. Defense, the trailer. That's back-to-back threes for the Hokies. Virginia Tech only had 5 threes. They all came from Georgia Amor. They're going to have to spread that out. Foul on the play. This one's going to go against Taylor Soule. A lot of contact underneath. Seller at the top and couldn't quite connect on that three. Maya Sellen does have the range there. She's knocked down 49 threes in her career. The 2-time Summit League Player of the Year. And has been everything they have needed. When we were talking with Aaron Johnson of just about what his program needs, he said it starts with her. My goodness, his rating threes in Castle.
Okay, we'll take anybody that's going to shoot threes.
Meyer with the quick response.
Well, Virginia Tech has only hit 10+ threes 7 times this season, but they're well on their way here in this first quarter.
Keanu Traylor was held up and had a little stutter step into that nice 15-footer. Maya Sellen said this time I'll connect. He gets the first 3 to go down for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, Taylor Soule there, but did not have her hands up. Got to get a little step closer.
Georgia Amor, step back 3. You bet!
Oh my!
Paige Meyer denies the screen at the top of the key, working the baseline. That's knocked out. It's actually going to stay with the Jackrabbits. They have 18 on the shot clock. They have a substitution coming in as well, but Virginia Tech shooting lights out from deep.
Well, 4 shots from the 3-point line, wide open. Great way to start the first part of the first quarter. So the tremendous foundation here for Virginia Tech, and they just want to go one step further and see what happens after that. So we'll look at the Jackrabbits and see how they come out after this timeout. Great defense by Virginia Tech.
And that's a shot clock violation.
They had a strong run in the game against USC when they came out after that first timeout. Let's see how they handle this next 4.5 minutes.
First turnover for the Jackrabbits.
Got Jasia Gregg in here for Virginia Tech. Look for them to try to maybe get a couple high-low looks if the screen on the ball doesn't work.
Georgia Amore couldn't get anything there, and O-board goes to Virginia Tech. Elizabeth Kitley back in the ball game for the Hokies after the break. Georgia Amore from the wing. My God, somebody has to guard her.
Well, somebody is guarding her. It just doesn't make a difference there.
Paige Meyer. Drew Gilton asking for the screen, working her way on the inside, just missed. 2003, the Division II national champions. We talked about their WNIT championship just last year. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's done a tremendous job there with kids from South Dakota. They keep the talent at home in South Dakota.
Every player on their roster is from the Midwest.
See, that's okay now when she operates from 10 feet.
Less than 30 seconds to go. Virginia Tech with their largest lead on an 8-0 run. Maya Sellen tries to quiet the crowd and can't connect. Hokies can hold for the last shot.
Yeah, excuse me. Watch for the screen on the ball here and watch how Amore makes great decisions against the defense.
Kitley had a point-blank look at the rim but couldn't connect, specifically between Indiana and Virginia Tech. Kenny Brooks was telling us how 2018 shaped this program. He said, we played in that WNIT championship game against IU. Terry Morin trying to figure out how to build our programs, and now they're both #1 seeds after 5 years.
And, you know, they have both have very similar coaching styles. I did their first and second round last year in Indiana, as you see. Traylor doing a great job of getting over that screen. Effort to get over that screen. Not a lot of players want to do that because it's hard work. She did a great job with that.
That we didn't see in game 1. Traylor working her way to the rim. Gets it to roll. She picks up her first personal foul as well. Sellen, nice pump fake. Worked her way to the rim and couldn't draw the contact.
Look how hard Taylor Soule runs the floor.
Kitley asking for the ball. Taylor Soule with the jab towards the baseline. Finds the hands of Kitley and she gets it to go. She now has 6 points and 7 rebounds.
Well, they're doing a great job of creating opportunities by putting pressure on their defender, and Kitley's player has to come help. It's another turnover for the Jackrabbits. I mean, I think they're trying to score a little bit too early, and part of that is the pressure of the Virginia Tech Hokies, but just have a little bit more patience to get to the end of the progressions.
Foul on the floor.
First team foul on the floor.
You're the Jackrabbits here. You got to keep an eye on Amore coming out of inbounds.
Taylor Soule working the baseline, had the pump fake and gets it to go on the right.
Very important for Virginia Tech in this run. They're getting contributions from other players on the floor, and it's going to be important come the second half.
All of the starters have scored for the Hokies. Taylor Soule now on the board with 2. Paige Meyer working. Nelson denied. Tyson, rather. Kitley working on both ends of the floor. Gets the block on one end and the bucket on the other. Maya Sellen, who's been quiet in the first half, now coming out.
She's got the opportunity there in offensive transition. She's got to get going for the Jackrabbits.
Especially on the offensive end. South Dakota State started off 3-7.
She's doing a great job there, just having patience and seeing if the double team's going to come off her dribble. As you see Tyson there.
1,000-point scorers that transferred in from Boston College. Said she wanted to be a champion, thought Kenny Brooks would be able to do that here at Virginia Tech. They were able to get their first ACC tournament title. Traylor working the baseline.
We've seen that a few times, and really what it's been is because Liz Kitley has stepped out. They're opening their offense and better spacing for the drives. And you see Traylor has taken advantage of that.
Traylor tried to see if she can stop the play for Timmer. She has 2 personal fouls to transfer from Purdue, making her mark with the Hokies as that's tipped. Paige Meyer with the assignment on Georgia Amore. Trying to work her way all the way through. Jump ball. The electricity bills has to be through the roof going right now for everyone. Loving March Madness on both sides. Watching everyone, the upsets, unbelievable. Games for the Jackrabbits last season. Elizabeth Kitley couldn't connect. Selin surveying the land. Dishes it out. Meyer gets the bucket. Makes it a 13-point game. Largest lead was 20. Incredible. Nelson, jab, crossover against Grant, gets the bucket and 1. Received about Kayla King. The Hokies are 22-2, and she has 10 or more points. Crossover, step back. Off the back iron. Tipped out of her hands by Guyman.
Oh, they're looking for Liz Kitley. She had, there you go. Oh man, she had a miss.
3 seconds is 3 seconds, and another turnover. Sends it up the floor, Timmer. That would have been a big bucket for the Jackrabbits. As we're approaching the 90-second mark here in the first half. It's been a fun one. Fast-paced, physical, everything we were expecting. As 2 teams trying to get to the Sweet 16. How sweet is that?
Well, I talked to Coach Brooks today about what he's going to need from everybody else. We're going to need some more scoring from not just from Liz Kitley and not just from Amore, and the bench has provided that today.
7 threes for the Hokies so far tonight. They only had 5 on Friday. That coming from only Georgia Amore, but it's been done by committee for the Hokies today. Jump ball, this one's going to go to the Hokies.
Possession, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Guyman, they just lost her there on the baseline. Paige Meyer, I'm not sure what they were in.
Checking into the Jackrabbits, number 10, Drew Gilton.
So 10 points, 10 rebounds. Elizabeth Kitley now has 55 career double-doubles, 21 on the season.
Have some patience here, try to get the ball into her.
Guyman, who had the 3 before, sends it to King! And 1! 4-point play on the way.
She was fouled on the shot, and Littleton one free throw. That foul against the Jackrabbits number 44, Maya Sutton.
So they're going to say it's
first personal foul.
Okay, it is a shooting foul. Yeah, nice pass there, and selling late, and that's not one you want to have a foul on.
So they will indeed get it on the sideline. That shot by Kayla King.
This could turn out to be a 6-point possession on this end.
Kitley gets it, and there you have it.
Yeah, that time got her defender on the high side. Great pass in so she could just go right up and score off the glass.
Paige Meyer with the rock at the top of the key. Desperate for some points before the half. That's poked away, and it's going to go to the Hokies. 5.9 left. Traylor. Stops, pops, gets it! Georgia Amore shaking her head as she comes off the floor. Season high, 46 points to end the half. The Hokies on a roll.
They are staying true to the shooting plan.
They have 4 players that are averaging double figures. None of them has scored in double figures in the first half. Generating some offense, what needs to happen?
Well, you got to isolate Selin and let her score here, and then you've got to change up your defenses so you can get some points off turnovers in transition.
Selin asking for the advancement up to the top of the key. She's going at Taylor Soule. Georgia Amore was able to dig in. Selin all over the floor. Has the pull up short. Kitley now has that double-double. Georgia Amore had 3 triples in the first quarter. 5 threes went down for the Hokies in that quarter, as they now have this 23-point lead they saw going into the half. 10 left on the shot clock. The Hokies will get it back. Soule driving at Selin. Contact. They'll say it's on the floor.
Soule's a difficult guard for her. I hope she stays out of foul trouble.
Selin now with 4 rebounds, 7 points. Coming off a game in the first round where she had 29 points. Career high 30. Spin moves right to 9 points. Let's be very mindful. This is a South Dakota State team that has been tested throughout their season. As far as their non-conference strength of schedule, they're 4th in the country, 2 for 2 versus ranked opponents.
Make no mistake about it, South Dakota State is not going away.
Takes the contact. Haley Timmer with the N1. Timmer short on the shot, only shooting 71% from the charity stripe. Taylor Soule tried to Euro step. The block is called.
Coach Johnson's going to trust her to stay in the game. They need her offense.
And that's the first Women's Final Four. Friday, March 31st, and Sunday, April 2nd. Paige Meyer sends it to Selin. Selin thought long and hard about if she wanted to launch it from outside. Paige on the inside draws the contact. Drew Gilton also checks in for the Jackrabbits as Paige Meyer is able to knock that one down, shooting 73% from the free throw line.
Paige Meyer struggled at the beginning of that Southern Cal game, but got calmed down after the first quarter and did a great job for the Jackrabbits.
Good to see her back on the floor for the Jackrabbits as well, as she had that knee injury in the previous season. She missed all of the non-conference schedule. Has been able to impact them and step back into the starting lineup. Maya Selin now has 5 rebounds. Sends it on the inside to Tyson. Tyson gets it to go. That's 2 and 1s in this quarter. Summit League 6th Woman of the Year. Has been so efficient for this squad. Has an incredible career with them as well. Kitley fades away. So that is going to be called against Elizabeth Kitley, and it's the right call. A dish on the inside. Nelson was able to get it back. Sends it to Selin. Selin able to draw the foul.
Not at all. Not at this time of the year.
Selin was able to come back down from 18 points. Selin. Has the assignment of Elizabeth Kitley. Selin went for the pump fake.
Even though it might not necessarily be a foul that the officials calling.
Well, that was on Kenny Brooks' scouting report. We asked him what he was worried about. He said, well, the Jackrabbits, be ready. They're tough, they're scrappy, they're skilled. They check all the boxes. So the Hokies definitely had to step on the floor being prepared for that type of physicality. What a pass.
A tremendous athlete. I think one of the best athletes in the country.
Grad year and wanting to be a part of a winning program. As she knocks that, doesn't get that one to go. Happy to see her on the floor.
I just liked a little bit of shade that she threw to all the non-believers in the press conference. She said, you guys know who you are.
Work hard. On the ball movement around the perimeter for the Jackrabbits. Takes the bump. 5'6". Sophomore out of through Sunday, April 2nd, when we crown a champion. Every game is on the east. The three ball, as Georgia Amore misses, has been the difference in this ball game. Hokies shooting 50%. Another and one.
You see Kayla King just swiping instead of getting in front of the
Our alums. Nice rebound and send out. Gilton.
South Dakota State just being methodical and patient and working their way back.
The way she just assesses what's going on the floor, how she can attack. She knocks down the first. We're able to play and win against the Power 5. Taylor Soul stretches and gets the bucket, extends the lead to 15 for the Hokies. Selin with the response. Amore continues to be cold in this quarter. Soul can't connect. Soul on the rebound. Nothing there. Deasia Gregg gets it. How about the story of Deasia Gregg as well? One of those players that in the first matchup we saw Sean Poppy said he recruited her to Virginia Tech. She's been in a few schools that started off at Georgia Tech, then went on to a JUCO at Gulf Coast State, and found a home here in Blacksburg with the Hokies. Less than a minute in his third. Gilton. Gilton has had 28 threes on the season, has been a bit cold in this game. That'll do it.
Well, you knew Georgia Amore was not going to continue to missing, and she certainly was not going to stop shooting.
That was her first bucket since the first quarter. 5, Selin. Rims out. Timmer tried to rebound. And we have a couple of substitutions for the Hokies. Guyman checks back in, as well as Clara Ford. Timmer can't connect on the first. Gets it. So Timmer 4 for 7 from the free throw line.
I mean, it's almost a given with that kid. You're going to get a show. Everybody knows she's going to be the one giving you the show.
So what's at stake for this game? South Dakota State, they went to their first Sweet 16 in 2019. And Virginia Tech, they don't have anyone on their roster that has experienced that. The last one in the program was 1999, and they weren't even in the ACC at that point. King, right out of the gate, back iron, bounces around, and that is brought down by the Jackrabbits.
Where do you go if you're the Jackrabbits? You're going to look for them to go to Selin and isolate her somehow. The big guards are posting up if they don't get the cut. And there you have Taylor Soul again. She has added such an element of toughness and physicality to this Virginia Tech team.
He just has a knack of reading where the ball is going to come off the rim. Paige Meyer, the nice game, but Caitlin Clark, her 42nd career double-double.
I mean, it's almost a given with that kid. You're going to get a show. Everybody knows she's going to be the one giving you the show.
So what's at stake for this game? South Dakota State, they went to their first Sweet 16 in 2019. And Virginia Tech, they don't have anyone on their roster that has experienced that. The last one in the program was 1999, and they weren't even in the ACC at that point. King, right out of the gate, back iron, bounces around, and that is brought down by the Jackrabbits.
Where do you go if you're the Jackrabbits? You're going to look for them to go to Selin and isolate her somehow.
You mentioned what they were going to be able to go to. Tori Nelson, now at 7 points, continuing to get looks underneath.
They do a great job, their guards, their big guards are posting up if they don't get the cut. And there you have Taylor Soule again, just doing all the dirty work. She has added such an element of toughness and physicality to this Virginia Tech team.
And just has a knack of reading where the ball is going to come off the rim. Paige Meyer, the nice finish off the glass. They're trying to work their way back into this ball game. Selin sends it out to Nelson. Didn't like the look, so she drives left and gets it to go. Just a 12-point game. Amor, top of the key. That'll wake the Hokies up.
Uncanny knack for whatever her team needs, and they get back late.
Callie Thompson.
Another short shot clock. Another look from three. That one too long for Georgia Amor. Bodies on the floor. The tie-up is there, and it's going to go to the Jackrabbits. Timmer takes the screen from Tyson, opens her up on the left, and Traylor had nothing to do there.
Traylor's got to work harder on that.
King at the top of the key gets a screen from Soule. Soule to the rim, gets it to go. Peyton Burkhardt. And Selin rims it around. 50 rebounds and 450 assists. The senior trying to do it.
Watch for something to Taylor Soule in the air.
Amor launches it.
They've got to go quick here.
Selin gets it over the top, over Soule. Takes the contact. Taylor Soule has been playing with the 4 fouls. Drains the first free throw.
Down by 12. No need to rush, just you're going to be down to the end of the shot clock, and that's more than fine.
That'll give him about a minute of play, but Georgia Amor, my goodness, now has scored 20 or more points in the last 11 games.
1 minute remaining. That's the score.
7 of the last 11 games. Georgia Amor has been unbelievable from the floor. 7 threes. So the two-time ACC Player of the Year, two-time Ace All-American. She's been phenomenal.
Well, you had your superstars do what they needed to do. I'm going to give credit to the rest of the Virginia Tech players that came out in the first half. You had Traylor hitting threes.
Georgia Amor dribbling around. 5 seconds left. Tried to dipsy do a little bit. Almost went back for it. King gets it back.
If that goes in, oh my goodness.
Selin got the rebound. Less than 30 seconds to go. Paige Meyer. Selin. Just been a struggle from three for the Jackrabbits as they'll dribble this one out. And you start to feel it for the seniors, for the Jackrabbits, who have been so impressive this entire season. But it's Hokie time. The second